I know it's been a while since I made one of these, and that's because I've been busy, and it hasn't all been very good. Some good things have happened. My modding is going well, and people are noticing. My Patreon is growing. I'm still in pretty hot water, but it's like at this rate. If it keeps growing at this rate, then I think I'll be fine. Actually, assuming I can do a couple of things to bide my time. This Wednesday, I have some big plans too, but I'll get to that. I should talk about what happened first, so I don't get lost in a tangent. But it's been difficult because I went to the hospital and they gave me my mum's phone because the security people kept her phone separate. It wasn't with her other belongings. Because it was very expensive, so they kept it separate. So I had to go get it, and that meant that I had to go through her WhatsApp contacts and tell, I think, about a dozen people that she was dead, including some of her landlords. And also because she did education, there were some people who paid for courses, and because she's dead, they can't finish their courses, so they're asking like, hey, what about my money? Where's my money? And I don't know anything about that. But my plan right now, because the way I see it, is that legally it makes sense. My plan right now is very simple. I'm just not gonna touch her bank accounts. And I'm gonna tell people like, look, hey, I don't have access to a bank account, nothing I can do about it, and then I'll just let the government sort it out. Because I know when people die, they have to check their estate or whatever, and they need to switch over people's bank accounts and stuff, I think. And because that's what the consulate told me, so I'm just going to let the government do that, and the money's there. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I haven't checked the account since before she died, and I was supposed to get groceries for us. So I haven't checked anything, haven't touched anything, and legally I think I'm all right. I think I'm okay. I don't know how to deal with stuff like that. I looked it up online. I don't think people inherit debt. At least not. It doesn't seem that way. So I think I'm okay. But it's kind of a scary situation. The landlords, they seem weirdly understanding. I don't trust landlords, so I don't know yet. But they seemed weirdly understanding when I explained everything that was happening in the situation I was in. I find that I have autism works these days. A few years ago, saying you had autism meant nothing, but these days when you say it, people are a bit like, oh right, this person might need a little bit of time. And that's cool, that's progress. There's still a lot of people, of course, who think you're just making excuses. But, who cares about those people? That's like, there's always going to be people who are unkind, who are looking for shortcuts in life, who come up with excuses to be cruel to others. There's always going to be people like that. You just have to forget about them until, unless they're relevant, at which point you might have to come up with a plan to stop them, I suppose. But yeah, basically that. So what's going to happen is that I need to renew my passport, and that's kind of scary, to be honest. I need to travel to the embassy, which is in Madrid. I don't live in Madrid, I live in the Balearics. So I have to fly there. And it's a day trip. Apparently, taxi in Madrid costs about 3 times as much. So I had to put aside €70 just to make sure I had enough for taxi, which is crazy. Like you could buy a week's worth of groceries for that money, and that's like high quality groceries too. It's crazy. And then the passport fee was like, it was 10 times as high as it was when I got my passport renewed in the mainland where I used to live. And yeah, it's like €150 or something like that. I had to sell my piano and my VR headset just to raise the funds. I barely hit that target, and yeah, I'm worried about that, to be honest, because it's a big thing for me. I need to get up at, I think, 4 in the morning to take the flight there. I got the appointment at 11, so that's 5 hours or so sitting in the airport doing nothing. And then when it's over at around 12, I take the taxi back, and then my flight back leaves at 9 p.m. So that's 9 hours. So I got 14 hours of just waiting at an airport, which is going to be absolute torture, because when you have autism, airports are a nightmare. They are densely crowded. The light is always painfully bright. You're constantly overloaded. Your senses just shut down completely. After a few hours, it's like physical pain. And it's going to be difficult. I'm a bit worried about it, because I keep thinking, what if I get like a shutdown, a complete shutdown? My nerve system just quits on me, and then I miss the flight back home. You know, what do I do then? I'll be completely stranded. That thought kind of scares me. Yeah, it's not going to be a fun day. It's going to be a tough day. But I'll just have to do it.